Today, we are going to uncover a lot of understanding and knowledge about property that potentially you have never gone through before. Be it yourself, your own experience, or perhaps online when you're reading some of the articles, newspaper, or even videos on YouTube. What are the successful approach that we should be taking for properties, as well as a lot of mistakes that other people are making, and how we as homeowners and busy professionals can actually avoid them. I'm going to share with you today is very relevant, very current. Why? Because I am still doing this currently. All right, I'm still buying, I'm still selling, and I'm still structuring my portfolio alongside with my clients. And that's how we stay ahead of the curve to help many out there to navigate through their property journey. So one of the key things that I want you all to understand is today, right, 90% of people out there, when they buy property, they fall under the consumer side. We buy based on, I buy because I used to stay here, or I buy because my parents stay nearby. Maybe it's like, oh, the school is here, that's why I buy here. Nothing wrong with it, because that is what happens to a lot of homeowners when they don't have the right knowledge. So 90% of them actually buy properties just like that. Whereas the another 10% like us, we buy based on investing mindset. Because today, if you want to buy a property for your own comfort, actually you no need agents. I'd be very upfront. You yourself can just go and buy. You can go and negotiate because you buy what you like, man. But today, if you want to buy something that has a little bit longer horizon, where it will grow in terms of value, that one need a little bit of strategy. Because today, my job is to also get you out from the usual rat. Because you may be buying a property, but then you realize, hey, how come my property never really grow? I want you all to shift your mindset a little bit, because today, be it whether you're a consumer and an investor, let me ask every one of you this question. Today, if you're buying based on a consumer mindset, that means, do you want your property to grow or not? So if you're thinking that I want to buy a property and I want my money to work harder for me, right? Actually, you're thinking like an investor, because only investor think of money, man. Think of growth, man. But you're a consumer, you buy for own stay. Actually, 5 years, 10 years later, if your property don't make money or don't grow, actually you should be okay one, because you're buying based on your needs and your wants. But today, why are you thinking like an investor? Or when I ask you to sell lower, you say, no lah, my property got grow, how come I need to sell lower? Then, my friend, you're thinking like an investor. So today I'm going to introduce you all a new term. Okay, I want you all to be open-minded and start your journey, which is a homevestor. Okay, start calling yourself a homevestor, because today, no matter whether I'm looking at a own stay property or investment property, I want my property to grow. Agree? So please stop laughing yourself that today I buy a property for own stay lah. No lah, my property don't grow, don't make money, is okay one. I enjoy staying here. Okay, please don't laugh yourself. Okay, but we want to what? Safely navigate ourselves to start this journey as a homevestor. Okay, very important. That's why I want you all to open up your mind.
It's easy to be swayed into making quick decisions based on needs when we don't look through a long-term perspective. That is why the Singapore Real Estate Insider is here for you. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel to learn more about investing wisely in properties. Do it now.
So secret number one, I want to share with you how you can position yourself in the marketplace. And this is very important. How many of you find that today, if I ask you about recession, you all have been hearing this a lot about recession. When is recession coming? Okay, or recession already over? Okay, so we've been hearing this recession a lot of times, and I can tell you why. Because of fear. Humans are very emotional. Today, as long as the economy is not doing well, we start thinking, oh, fear, recession is coming. I shouldn't do anything. Because if I buy already, what happens if recession comes? Then prices come down and I cannot sell my property. How many of you can relate? If you all can relate, that means yes inside. Okay, I'm not here to judge anyone, or your learning, sharing here is only within these closed doors. Okay, we're not here to judge anyone. But I want it to be a learning experience for every single one of you. Because why? Today, recession has been ongoing for the longest time. Be it 2016 Brexit, 2017 North Korea nuclear test, 2018 US trade wars, 2019 our GDP is at the lowest, and then of course COVID hit. Then COVID hit is already war. So actually every other year got something happen one. If we track this back, even every year got something happen. But the key thing is, why are we so affected by this? Because of fear. And we don't understand the fundamentals about the property as well as the marketplace. So you would always think that whatever reflects in the economy, I'm very scared. So let me ask every one of you here, and you all can be very transparent. We're not here, to say you or what it's not. But I want you all to, by you responding, by you acknowledging it, you are learning. So how many of you during this period, 2016 to even now, right, right? Actually, you did thought about doing something about property, maybe in terms of upgrading, or maybe you want to buy a bigger property, or even buying second property. You got to think about it. But because of all these noises out there in the marketplace, you change your mind and you put off your plan. If have, don't need to type. Acknowledge yourself. And because of all these things happening, you kind of put off your plan and then you say, let me wait for the right time. If you're gung-ho enough, can say yes inside the chat. Okay, I'm not here to judge you, don't worry. Okay, so why am I saying this? Because any other time, if you already understand the property market and you bought something back in 2016, even with Brad seats, yes, it's quite scary. Then every other year got recession. But what happens? Property market climb 30%. Would you be better off doing something than not doing anything?
Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to get updates of our new videos.
So this is something that we all have to understand. And why am I saying this? Because this is the price index of entire Singapore since 1997 until 2024 first quarter. So a lot of us, why we are worried about property is because we are worried about this. We are worried about the downturn. We are worried about it will reduce 20%. We are worried that global financial crisis will come in. We are worried about cooling measures crossing 15 quarters. We're all worried about the downswing, the downturn. We're all worried about it. But my friends, you are only seeing that. You never see the other perspective of it. That anything that comes down 40% back in 1997, it actually went up 40%. Anything that during dot-com burst and SARS period, which is a health crisis, it went down 20%, but eventually it came up 58%. You never see global financial crisis killing the market in a very short period of 4 quarters for 25%, but the market rebounded in 17 quarters, 62%. And this is the reason why, if you can see all this orange line, all these are the cooling measures that Singapore implemented, trying to curb the prices from going up. So my friends, you may be looking at a very small pinhole and judge the market. Now I'm opening up your view lens to see a bigger picture. Even with our cooling measures, everybody knows, right? In 2013, that is where our cooling measures is the most effective because it has direct impact in terms of our affordability and our borrowing power. And that is the reason why our market went on 15 quarters and dropped only 11.6%. So let me ask every one of you here, what is the difference you can see from A, B, C, and D? What is the difference? Okay, what is the difference? The difference is, before 2013, all the downtrend are all very, very high percentage. We're talking about 20%, 40% even. And these are all due to global market situation. But I can share with you, this is where data very, very important, because if you are seeing the wrong sets of data, you will be fearful into entering the market. In today's marketplace, I will tell you, ignore and don't see this anymore, because this will not happen again in Singapore because of our champion cooling measures. The cooling measures in 2013 indirectly created a protection bubble among our property prices. And why do I say that? I'm using data and facts to share it. So today you can see that even though the property cooling measures actually pushed down the prices only 11.6%, what happened? Singapore actually very liquid rich one. The market rebounded close to 11.6% in shorter quarters. So why government has cooling measures? Because if the government, if the prices went up a little too high, the government will want to what? Suppress it down, but not to crash the market. They just want to cool it down so that the property market can gradually still grow. And what is the percentage? Whenever the government sees that the price index crosses double digit, they will definitely come out another cooling measures. Okay, this is already happening and happened before. So this is why the reason why when the market went up 9.6%, the government came in another cooling measures to cool down the market. But this time around, can you see the difference? Only 0.7% in just 2 quarters. Very short. Then what happened? When there is a cooling measure, everybody stopped. Don't do anything. But then the market rebounded. Wow, go up again. 3.4%. Wow, government also stressed. Okay, I better cool it down. Then came down 1%. Then of course, we all know what happened with the COVID craze, went up 28%. Even though with multiple cooling measures, our prices did not seem to taper down. Only very briefly, 0.2% in 1 quarter. And eventually right now, that is where we are right now in terms of price index, is still climbing. So what can you understand from here? First thing is that whatever before 2013, this is passé already, because during then it was a very speculative market. There was no control in terms of our borrowing. We don't have TDSR, we don't have LTV, all these things. But that is why before 2013 it's a very speculative market. But moving forward, after 2013, we can see that the prices gradually goes up very consistently. Yes, there are definitely speed bumps here and there, but you can see the speed bumps duration is how long. None of them has crossed over a year in terms of this kind of dip. So today, if you're buying a private property, what is the minimum time frame that you need to hold a property? Minimum 3 years. So if today you find that, oh, the market is not in my favor, you don't want to buy, then you wait when the market recover, then you buy lah. Then of course prices will be better, right? Will be higher ma. So the idea is even today you're buying at the wrong market. Let's say you're very sway lah. You buy today, market crash tomorrow or come down tomorrow. The recovery could be within 1.5 years and you'll be riding on the jet.
Like what you're watching here in terms of understanding property using data and numbers to guide you, smash the subscribe button now so you can get real-time updates and learn how to make wise investments for yourself and your family through properties.
So I believe some of you are here are HDB homeowners, and I also want to give you guys a heads up in terms of HDBs. If you're owning HDBs, very quickly, I want to share with you, today HDB market has gone to a situation where the prices is really above and beyond. Okay, above and beyond. Why? Because the last peak in 2013 versus now, there's a huge jump. So some of you maybe, or as a homeowner for HDB, you'll be very happy. Wow, my property prices even, wow, now very high. I'm very, very happy. Okay, but let me share with you, I'm not here to scare you, but through my heart, I really want you all to understand what is going to happen after this. There's only two. Do you think that government will allow these prices to continue to go up for HDBs? Do you think? Gay changes, we all know won't. Why? Because it's a public housing, it's an affordable housing for people. But can we stop the $1 million HDBs from going? We cannot. So the government only has two ways. Two ways to reduce pricing. One is to come up with cooling measures. Okay? This is the number one. So recently they came out another cooling measures, right? Now that your borrowing power has to go up to 70, your down payment has to be 25%, right? Second, in order to do it, they have to increase supply. Agree? So some of you, maybe you have been holding on to your HDB for the last 15 years and you went through this cycle where the peak and then the prices came down. And for this 7 to 8 years, you don't dare to do anything because if you have done something during these 7 to 8 years, it will be a negative sale for you because the property market came down. Whatever you bought last time higher, you cannot sell. And right now, what happened is it rebounded back finally and you're at the highest point in terms of the market. The question is, what will you do? When it goes higher, you will tell yourself, wow, my property finally, after 7 to 8 years, see daylight. But the market situation, you're kind of confused. Then you say, wow, better don't do anything. But looking at data, you're at the highest peak. Will you want to choose to unlock it so that you can move it further? Because I want to share with you what I projected in terms of HDB. Not I got magic crystal ball, but this is what is going to happen. The market will adjust it by itself because government will not allow this to happen. Okay, the prices, no matter what, has to come down. And if it comes down, then it will be a very similar situation back in 2013, where you potentially have a 7 to 8 years kind of period to question whether the property market will increase or not. So this is where we are right now. And I really truly urge those who are actually having this kind of situation, some of your private property may be also having this situation because of age, to really truly look into how your property is performing before deciding what. And I'm not here to hearsay. Why? Because the data and the news already is out there. The Singapore government are going to include 100,000 additional BTOs by 2025. With this huge influx of supply, we all know what will happen to price. Just now we all studied already. Agree? So this is very important for you to understand. So my role is not to kind of tell you what is happening right now. That one you can read, you can see. My role is to show you at least within the next 3 to 5 years how you can optimize your situation better. So this is how we help you out to build a legacy in terms of retirement. But if let's say you are starting off in terms of property, right, then this will be a good start for you to begin.